Another 2 year deal. You must be rapt to be able to, I suppose, lock away another couple of years here at Kardinia Park and continue to evolve your footy.
Yeah, I'm very grateful to everyone at the club and everyone who's actually put time into me. I've seriously enjoyed my time here, so happy to go for another 2 years.
Yep. You re-signed a couple of years ago. When you re-signed, you were you got the feeling you were weighing up whether this might have been it, and there was a lure to go home eventually. Was there at that point that you thought that the last deal that took you to the end of this year was going to be it?
Yeah, definitely at the time. It's always something that comes up at the end of every year because I have a very strong connection with home. So, yeah, it's definitely something I've thought about. But again, I'm very happy here now, and yeah, I'll be happy to take me. This will take me to 10 years out in Geelong. So, yeah, no, I'm very settled with my decision.
When you say like that 10 years, can you scarcely believe that it's going to be at least 10 years of playing a foreign sport?
Yeah, it's crazy. And yeah, like I mentioned, like every year it's been, I've had a very short kind of timeline horizon where I just kind of take it year by year. And for it to be nearly 10 years now, it's well, nearly 8, I suppose. But with this contract, it'd be 10. So it's yeah, I can barely believe it, and yeah, I'm just happy with how it's gone.
You said obviously like you haven't been able to make Geelong feel like home. The club feels a bit like home. How has that kind of just evolved over 8 years going into 10 as well? It's such a long time to kind of create that family here. How have you done that, and particularly more recently?
Yeah, it's probably just spending time with people, and relationships grow over time as well. And obviously, yeah, it's a club with a great culture here with very like-minded people, and that probably makes it a bit easier. And yeah, it's probably just as time goes on, you just spend a bit more time with people and start to enjoy it a bit more and get a bit more comfortable, and yeah, even with the wider community. So yeah, it's just as time goes on, I suppose, and spending time with people.
You kicked a goal on the weekend, and a song plays out. Is that always kind of nice to have that happen as well? I know you don't kick goals too often, but to have that as well.
Yeah, it was pretty funny, and the crowd seemed to enjoy it. So yeah, hopefully I can kick a few more, and yeah, might get them up and about again. But yeah, I did. I enjoyed it.
The boys coming over to Dingle and play, you taking them around, stuff like that. Does that help as well? It builds those relationships you talk about. That they're genuinely interested in your background and where you come from.
It does. It does. And probably prior to that, and prior to people coming over, I very much had two separate worlds. Like people back home didn't really know too much about AFL, so when I went home in the off seasons, it was very much separate, and it was almost kind of like two different lives. But as people came over and spent a bit more time over there, kind of was the blending of the two, and of course that does build stronger relationships when they have a better understanding of where you came from, and probably the people you hung around with and stuff like that. So along with being great fun, it definitely did strengthen the relationships.
Yeah, and the ability still to go home and play with Kerry as well after the AFL season. Also, I suppose that ability keeps you coming back here as well.
Yeah, well, I haven't been able to play with Kerry yet, but it's actually my club, Dingle, that I was playing with. But that's absolutely very important to me. Just in terms of my connection with home, like it's very much a pillar of the community, and my family are very heavily involved with the club, and just for the club here to allow me to do it, it's something very special, and it's something I'm very grateful for, because I know not every AFL club is comfortable with doing it. So yeah, it's something I'd like to continue to do, and yeah, obviously as long as I'm injury free and the risks are minimal, that's probably first and foremost. But just very grateful to the club for letting me do it.
Is an All Ireland with Kerry down the track an aspiration?
Yeah, well, that's always something I've been thinking of, and that's probably why I've had to consider things every year or every couple of years, because it's definitely something I want to do, but it's just hard to know when, and there's too many things to tick off here for now. So yeah, I'm fully focused on here at the minute.
You said, I think last month, that you wanted this contract to come to be locked away sooner rather than later. You have to get it done now, and I guess with so many cats kind of out of contract as well, that the ball's starting to get rolling. Mullen and Clark, just before you guys, that can start to tick away this year as well.
Yeah, I was pretty keen to get it done, just so that you want to fully focus on the team, goals and aims going into each game, and you probably don't want to have your own kind of selfish thoughts creeping in. So I was pretty keen to get it done, obviously it helps with planning as well and stuff like that. So it's yeah, I'm delighted to get it done.
You always plan for the best, and you hope you'd be 5 and zip. But has it taken you a little bit by surprise that you are 5 and zip?
Not necessarily. I suppose you probably go into every game expecting to win, or at least hoping that you will win, and you prepare accordingly. So it probably hasn't taken me by surprise, but we're very much happy to be in the position we're in.
Yeah, Brisbane Saturday night. There's been times in your career you've been to Lachie Neale and kept him company. Is that been flagged with you yet, or you're not sure of how it will look come Saturday night at the Gabba?
I'm not sure. It hasn't been flagged at me yet, but I don't know. It's probably something we'll have up our sleeve anyway. And yeah, I'll leave that up to Scotty and the coaches, but no, I haven't heard.
Have you felt like as well to start 5 and zip, and there's been success in the past, but has there been, and I think there's been talk this pre-season that has given you the ability to get ready and everything, but has there been anything different about the start of the season that you've felt compared to others?
For me personally, or the team, or both? Personally, it probably hasn't been that different, but we've had a really strong pre-season. It's the longest pre-season that I've had in my time here, obviously not making finals last year. So we did have a lot of time to prepare. It doesn't feel too different, to be honest. We've got great depth, it feels like, this year. That's probably something we've definitely added, that like if someone did go down, it seems like there's a few names that could be thrown into the hat to come in and do a job, and the guys that have come in this year have proven that they're ready and well capable. So that's something that gives you confidence going into each week, and obviously if players are going to be managed throughout the year as well, that other guys are ready to come in and do a job. So that's probably a layer we've added, I think, this year.
We saw that on the weekend, I guess, with Neale comes in and Sullivan on debut as well, and Hawkins and Danger are out. But what did you see from them? And then are you excited to get Hawk and Danger back in as well this weekend? Yeah,
well, it's obviously two big names out, and the lads did a super job that came in. So it's obviously very exciting as well to see Conor O'Sullivan make his debut. So he'll get more comfortable as it goes on. He did a really good job over the weekend. We saw the chase down tackle was pretty exciting, and obviously Shannon Neale scored 3 goals. So it's obviously it'd be great to have Hawk and Danger back, but as I say, like, it just gives you confidence knowing that other guys can come in and do a job.